music, content creation, and gaming news. You're listening to Signature Radio.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here at Signature eSports, and a pleasure it is to have you live and in charge for a little iRacing action tonight. NASCAR Cup Series action for the field. Good to see everybody out there. We are live on a total of 5 platforms. If you've not heard, we are live on Signature Radio as well. So thank you to everybody out there listening and being a part of that. We're working on some new things when it comes to all of that. We'll have links and an app soon when it comes to where it's at and how you can get that taken care of. But I have posted a link in all the Discords that we're a part of. So most of the listeners that we're getting are from the Discords. That's really cool. It's really great to be a part of, really great to see. But thank you to all the folks out there on Facebook, Twitch, Kick, and YouTube as well. That is our 4 visual platforms. But if you're at work and you can't necessarily watch the race, a good way to listen to the race is that we don't waste any phone battery or anything like that. But we'll take care of that, and we'll show folks where that's at. AJ, thank you for the like out there. James, thank you for the share as well. Thank you for the share, Alex. Thank you, Law Abiding Tree, for following as well. Or sorry, Law Abiding Trey for following. We're going to have some good race. Charlotte for the 802 Cup Series, brought to you by Riptide Radio. If you haven't checked them out, they have a fantastic platform out there. And all you got to do is just search. There's a link in the description for Facebook and YouTube as well. But go check them out. Riptide Radio, they are playing some of the best sounds of North Myrtle Beach, Motown, beach music. If you're a Buffett fan, I encourage you to listen to it. The morning show is absolutely amazing. Just some good, solid things out there. So another internet radio platform that I encourage you to check out because they're absolutely fantastic. Let's get our overlay stuff working, the ticker stuff working, all the fantastic things that you would normally see out there rolling. And yeah, it's going to be a good day. I love what we have. Charlotte Motor Speedway is on tack for today's race. They're going to run 140 laps. DTL Customs giving you your race information. DTL Customs design and graphics. You can check them out there on Facebook. We love to see what they're doing. Charlotte Motor Speedway for tonight's race. It's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to run 140 laps, 2 fast repairs, 60% fuel, 3 sets of tires total. That's going to be 2 tire changes. Competition caution is going to be thrown at lap 45, and they are running a fixed setup. And these drivers are going to be looking for some busy bee scenarios. Johnny Barker still with 4 wins, leads in this, and this is through 6 races. Apologies about that, folks. We want to make sure that we get that corrected up there. It is through 6 races. Let's make sure the overlay updates correctly here because it was supposed to read it, but it didn't. Through 6 races. And I tell you what, it's going to be a good time. 210 points for Rob Lowell. Second in that one when it comes to his wins. Kenny Reel is going to be our featured driver today. He's got 197 points, sitting in third right now, still looking for a win. Dave Lamaga down. Missed last week's race. He's going to be, he dropped quite a few spots, and that's where the points really pay attention to the points, because that's what's really going to matter about all of this. He dropped from the top 3 all the way down to it looks like 7th in points right now, tied with Dwayne McMahon. The reason why that's tiebreakers, that's the reason why. It's that number 1 win and best finishes for the drivers. That's your top 10 in points. Starting grid for today's race is going to be looking as such. Kenny Reel is going to be your pole sitter. Not only is he your pole sitter, but he is really pushing some envelopes here when it comes to trying to get himself taken care of. Nick Larson's going to be the outside pole sitter. Rob Lowell, Cole Jarrett, row number 2. Jason Wiley, Frank Zingen will make it row number 3. Jeff Barefoot and Chris Max will be there in row number 4. Connor Barker and Greg Drace are going to make it row number 5. John Buell and Dalton Powell will make up row number 6. Down the rest of the grid, row 7 is going to be Ohio Dabio. Johnny Barker is going to be there in row 7 on the outside. Dwayne McMahon and Dennis Damron going to make it row number 6. Arabia Caton and George Bolus will be there in row number 9. Justin Mullins top of the field. at the end of that one. They're going to pace around here, folks. If you haven't done so, like, follow, subscribe. Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. And we're going to be looking at that one. Kenny Reel, Nick Larson, Rob Lowell, Cole Jarrett. Right, back to the pack here. Here is, normally I'd be talking to your pole sitter right now, but I was a little behind trying to get everything set up on the rest of that. Here's your driver spotlight for today. As the man, the myth, the legend, Kenny Reel, looks pretty darn solid today. I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to do. He's got an A-class oval license, 2.87 on the safety rating, 2053 on the I rating. He's got officially 9 wins and 248 starts. He's led 493 laps and has 70 top fives throughout that. We will talk to him, though. We will get the opportunity to get out there and have some fun with him and see what he is going to be able to do. I think he's in here somewhere. He is his tail. He's down. He's going to be running with Jason Wiley. All right, pitter patter. Let's get at her. Green flag racing. Good start to the race. 140 laps again. Competition caution is going to be on lap 45. It's going to give an opportunity for the drivers to come to pit road, get some tires, fuel. We'll see what the strategy is going to work like with that 95 lap run. The 60% fuel put them on pit road. About every 30, 35 laps, I would believe. I think he could run quite a bit of time out there. Rob Lowe up near the wall here on the exit of Charlotte. Paint schemes today, you're looking at some of the best paint schemes. They're one of the movie night paint schemes. A little Vegas vacation action for Rob Lowell there as they get into turn 1. Barbie for Jason Wiley back here to number 13. If you haven't seen it, there apparently a lot of folks like the movie. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. There's another National Lampoon's Vacation right there to number 9 of Jeff Barefoot. Cole Jarrett here running a little Margaritaville paint scheme. Big fish on the Margarettsville paint scheme. He's got Max at the 121 behind him. Some of the paint schemes have not loaded for me. I know some of the drivers are running numbers and they've fixed some paint schemes. Like George back here's got the number 9 on his paint scheme. But for me, I don't know what's going on. It won't load the paint scheme he actually has. And if he loaded it through iRacing, then he's done his job. But if it's through trading paints, it's not, for whatever reason, it's not working for me. So if a driver's missing a paint scheme out there, I do apologize when it comes to deliveries on these cars. Kenny Reel under fire from the Ford right behind him. Fords make up the top 5 again. 4 of the top 4 holding on very nicely. Let's go back to the back here. 62 Zenjin. It's going to be off 4 from the start of the race, but he might just have to take his time. Johnny Barker, of course, with 5 wins in the season. I'm sorry, 4 wins. Whatever it was before. 4 wins. Looking for his 5th win. There it is. Is going to be there in the A spot. I got to bring up chats, folks. So if you bear with me here for a moment, we'll catch up on chats. I know everybody's usually out there having some fun. So if you get the chats out there, I didn't see, I do apologize. More, thank you for liking the stream. I appreciate you, sir. Good to see you out there. Good to see all the fine folks out there. Nick Larson to the lead here as Kenny Reel goes back a spot. Take the onboard camera for the number 24 as we dig around and see what he's going to be able to do. Car sounds like it's bottoming out. Second spot for the number 24, 2053 on the I rating. Looking at Nick Larson in front of him. Larson trying to lead here just a little bit, giving himself a little extra pace. As you see the race line change up. Little drop into the corner for Kenny Reel. He runs the bottom of the race line. Decent job. Need to reload the iRacing platform, but it's all good. You hear that right in your right ear. You can hear the bottom right or the back right rear of the car bottoming out. That might be some kind of drag that he's having going on right there. We'll see as they go. 24 in second, 4/10 of a second difference here as the drivers look ahead. If Barefoot on the back, on the tail end of this one has Chris Max closing in the distance. Right now, top two separated by half a second. Everybody else 2.5 back as the race continues to move. Greg Drace back here, 8th in points. Usually has himself, he usually kind of drops back a little bit. And what I've seen out of Greg here lately is he's just been trying to find his own separate groove. Right now under fire from the 42 right behind him. Ohio Davio has that second lane working, but I do think that Greg is just trying to give himself a different motive, different race line for the drivers. We're going to reload the SDK overlay here, folks, so it may disappear for a second on you, but it'll come back. As Jason Wiley in the 4 spot, Jeff Barefoot in that 5 spot goes back to work. 9, side by side, 9 and the 121. Kicking butt and taking names. I tell you what, this series has been a good series, and the reason why I say it's been a good series is because, well, they've really only stepped up into. There's Connor Barker, one of the fastest laps of the races last time by 30.12. They've really had very few cautions. They've minimized the race cautions out of the way the races have really progressed, and it's been a curious nature to see these drivers really push the boat into the wall. Connor Barker in the 10, heavy contact on the right side as he comes out of turn 4 across the front straightaway. We're 11 laps in, folks, and Nick Larson out front, 1.12 second lead as Kitty Reel goes to work. In second, Nick Larson got to be the Flash, and that's exactly what he is, running the Flash Ford Mustang as we dig through the field. Ohio Davio rolling in. If you haven't done so, remember, you're listening live on
Music, content creation, and gaming news. You're listening to Signature Radio.
question about having a tuna casserole. That's what's happening in my house today. What's happening in your house? Dennis Damron up on the wall. He's running in 14th now as Ohio Davio goes back to 13th where he's at. Greg Drace off a couple of spots, but he's working for George Bolus in his debut here. Second race, not his debut, second race in the series. Is the number 8 on your relative, folks. Whoa. Flying off the corner. Arabia Caton back here. How about the battle between 9th and 10, from 9th on, Cole Jarrett here, trying to get around the 47th of 47 of John Buell here, side by side of the front straightaway. This is a very, very dangerous portion of the racetrack off of turn 4. 16 of 140 being completed. Cole Jarrett will go out ahead of John Buell. Buell here running the number 47 and 9, still up 2 spots. He's got a whole lot of company behind him. Dalton Powell under 34. Rolling nice and easy. Kenny Reel still trying to close in. He's got about 2.5 seconds between he and Nick Larson. Nick Larson out front and showing some promising speed. Rob Lowell here, the number 21, still has the Vegas Vacation Ford Mustang rolling. Fords make up your top 3 of the top 5. Kenny Reel in a Chevy. Chris Max at a Chevy. Jeff Barefoot up 1. Jason Wiley off 2. As he works back to 7th. Cole Jarrett in the number 8 off 4 from the start of the race is working his way back forward now that the tires have started to come back in. To the 34, Dalton Powell trying to get around John Buell as well. 27 of Connor Barker, who tapped the wall earlier, has started to progress himself back forward. Only 2 Toyotas in today's race. We had one last week, and Dwayne McMahon became the subject of our TikTok. He was the big shout-out. So now Ohio, Davio, the number 42, who was unable to race last week, is going to be able to get in here and run tonight. Doing a great job of holding on to his one spot gained, but he is going to be right there on the bottom side of the 27 on the exit. 30 right behind. Biggest move in Toyota so far. Dwayne McMahon in the number 80. He is working on his long-run race pace as Frank Zingen in that 18th spot. Justin Mullins, the only driver to be about 20 seconds off of the leader, 19, rolling the corner, doing a bang-up job of, the 17 and 19th, doing a bang-up job of just trying to get himself familiar with the racetrack. Frank Zingen here, 26.83 on the I rating, saving a little bit of fuel, is there to the bottom side, runs up in front of the 48 now, off 11. From the start of the race, he must have had something going on. He's got a little Blues Brothers paint scheme going on for his Chevy Camaro, as that is a huge classic, one of my favorite movies of my adolescence, I would say. They're doing a great job right now. Dennis Namron here, a little SpongeBob paint scheme. His SpongeBob SquarePants paint scheme is trying to stay out of the wall. Bolus side by side right now. Ruby Caton in the AC Delco paint scheme, rolling the corner, trying to have himself a better race. Printing paints for Connor Barker, Ohio Dabio. Oh, John Buell up in the wall. Doing fine though. 42 drops to the bottom. Ohio going forward. As Dalton Powell on the 34 has a good run happening for him. Nick Larson out front, 4.2 second difference here. Larson's lap times about a second better than the field right now. Nick Larson, his fall off. Take a look at the last 5 lap times for him. On 17 and 18, Kenny Reel was closing in the pace. On 19, 20, and 21, his lap times, about 0.3 of a second difference. Kenny Reel, his lap times over the last few laps has Johnny Barker closing in the distance, 31.33 for Larson. I'm sorry, for Johnny Barker behind. This time, Barker closing in some of the distance. Maybe Kenny Reel trying to find something different on his lap time. Chris Max is the next Chevy. Has gotten around Jeff Barefoot and Jason Wiley. Rob Lowell dropping back here. Rob Lowell having some heavy issues. He's got some right side damage. It looks like, 88 being shoved up by the 42. Ohio Dabio making contact as he goes by. Sitting in 8th. 12.5 back, 12.6 back as Dabio works the corner. Get what the drivers are doing here. See you fine folks out there. We're running with the 802 Cup Series, brought to you by Riptide Radio. Riptide Radio, giving you the sounds of the Salton Sea there in the North Myrtle Beach area in South Carolina. Good to see all those fine folks having a good day. This Damron having an issue. He is an off track. He's getting into the wall here. Ooh, almost popped it off the wall in front of Nick Larson, your race leader. Sometimes these cars become tough to drive. 26 of 140 being completed. Folks, I'm going to refresh trading paints. Actually, I might actually end up refreshing trading paints here one more time just to be on the safe side. Yeah, all the paint schemes are going to re-download one more time. Because I want it to be right. That's what fine folks. Thank you, fine folks. Thank you for all the fine folks being out there. If you haven't done so, reach out, hit that like button. Thank you, Max, for the like. I appreciate you as well. Thank you to the fine folks out there on YouTube. You're all amazing. And thank you to all the fine folks on Twitch and Kick. Kicking butt and taking names. I do enjoy it. Shall see what happens with this racetrack, this race line. Kenny Real still holding on to that second spot. It's your race leader, the number 82. Kenny Real 1.5 back is Johnny Barker. As the overlays will be reset here in just a moment, folks. Thank you for everybody holding on to what you got. We'll make sure that it that re-uploads and redoes its thing. Bear with me. Some drivers saving some fuel here. There we go. I wanted the numbers to be right. it was messed up there for a moment. Real 6.5 back. Chris Max has gotten himself around Johnny Barker. Johnny Barker up 10. 30 of 140. We'll see whether or not these drivers are going to be able to come to pit lane early, or if they're going to try to come to pit lane early. There's the 82 running decent little race line. He's caught up to a couple of drivers. Connor Barker is going to be a lap down. Dennis Damron leaving pit lane right now is going to get back out and run. Maybe some right sides only. I'm not quite sure. 2 fast repairs for the drivers, so if you kind of have a goof up, you're going to be able to make that work. There is Connor Barker. He's going to be battling it out with the 17 of Justin Mullins. Rob Lowell, who is off 13, saving a little bit here. I don't know if he's on a different strategy. Started third, having some issues. There's the 50 or the 62 of Frank Zingen off 9. He's on a different strategy here as well. Dwayne McMahon in the 80, up 1, working his race pace a little differently. And there is the Nick Larson 32.40 on his last lap. Chris Max, who takes over second, 31.59. Any real here. 32.19 on his last lap, is just kind of maintaining, saving here. We'll see if he's got any kind of right side damage. It's the only thing that I would see any of these drivers having any kind of issue, but it looks pretty clean here. And the PepsiCo 24 running the Exalta paint scheme. How about Byron today getting the win on the on Watkins Glen, his first Road Series win, coming up, of course, Watkins Glen, where Jeff Gordon was made famous. 4 wins there. I say made famous. It's one of his better racetracks. His better road courses. He was able to take the 24 to victory lane after quite a while. Damron jumping to the pit. Something happened to Dennis here. Let's take a look. I think the 48 dropped down to the bottom side. He just came down and stopped. He just put it on. He took it to pit road. Let's go back to live here. Connor Barker in 27th, 34 of 140 being completed. As these drivers doing a phenomenal job of having such a great race so far. Let's see if we can go be distracting to Kenny Real, 35 of 140. As I think green flag pit stop should be coming up here very soon. 24 to the inside of the 21. That is Rob Lowell going back here. He said he wasn't sure if he was going to be as good as he needs to this week. We'll see what happens. letting Barker go by. He's going to be there on the bottom side. I was going to go to him, but he's in a whole lot of traffic right now. 17 to the mix, 17 to the bottom side. He might be giving up race pace. Justin Mullins giving up some race pace to these drivers. And 21 on the high side. There's the 9 of Jeff Barefoot. He's closed back in some of the pace. And right now, drivers just trying to do themselves some justice. 24 into the corner. Going back to fourth now. Damron off the racing surface. He's back on the racetrack. He went back to pit lane. We'll see what happens with Dennis as he has worked on his toe. Right now, Nick Larson out front. Chris Max closing in the distance. He's got about 0.2 of a second lap better. He's closed in 1.6 seconds with 37 laps in. Right now, Kenny Reel trying to hold off Jeff Barefoot, Ohio Dabio, as the Fords have started to close down. There's the 42. First Toyota inside the top 10. Wayne McMahon trying to do himself some justice as well, side by side. The 9 of Jeff Barefoot goes to the outside of Kenny Reel. Johnny Barker still trying to close in some of that lap times. He really hasn't done himself any justice yet. He's inside the top 3. Barker up 11, but I think he had a full send. Caution comes out. Dennis Damron having an issue, and I believe that might actually take us to a green-white checkered for the comp caution. We'll have to find out. Caution's brought to you by Dark Horizon Fishing. Go to facebook.com/Dark Horizon Fishing and check out how you can get a wonderful, wonderful guided fishing tour by one of my good friends, Rich Holland out there. He does a great job of finding the best places for you to go out in the Chesapeake Bay, James River area in Virginia. And we'll show you about a thing or two of oceanside fishing. Nick Larson is your race leader as they get ready to catch up with the pace car and go pit. I know pit road is about to be busy. We'll see what happens. Folks, I'm going to take a hydrate break. Make sure you do so as well. As they come to pit road, listen to the sounds of iRacing. Be right back. To make some adjustments there. I was working on one of the intro things that we have. How about the driver spotlight? Let's go talk to this legendary legend, the number 24 Kenny Reel, doing a phenomenal job out there, trying to have a little bit of fun, trying to be entertaining, and my man, you look good out there. Tell me about what's going on. Car seems like it kind of got tight on you real early.
Yeah, I noticed the first couple laps I was missing the corners. It was really kind of tight on me, which surprised me. But yeah, I forgot all about not having enough fuel to make it to the comp caution, so I just went into save mode. And once I noticed after Nick got around me and just let him drive off and just trying to save, and that caution probably saved me a little bit there.
I think a lot of people were trying to save there for a little bit. I think Nick was planning on possibly coming to pit road. We'll see. But you got a 5-lap shootout to the comp caution. Or I say a 5-lap caution. It's going to be, I don't know, 4 laps to go. Are you going to try to get as many spots as possible here, get yourself back out front, or what's the game plan going forward?
I mean, if I get past him, I'm not gonna really race too aggressive for it, but if I can get him pretty easily, then I'll for sure make a move. But really, right now, is just trying to save tires as best as I can.
All right, man. Well, you guys are getting ready to go back to it here. I'll let you have at it. Congratulations on putting up a decent pole position there. I know that that's always a great spot, and they got some extra money for that when it comes to this. So good luck on the restart here very soon. Teammates out front.
Yes, sir. Or hopefully, me or him can take at least one of these races home.
Love to hear it. Kenny, congratulations on the pole, and look forward to seeing what you guys do a little later on. I'll move you back down to your team.
I appreciate it, brother.
That's 24. He is your featured driver today's race. Again, the A-Class 2.87 safety rated, I-rated driver. Actually runs 2053 on the I rating. Remember, 9 wins in his 248 starts on iRacing. A lot of drivers fairly new to the iRacing platform. We're starting to see these drivers come out and trying their hands at leagues. We love to see what he's doing. Love to see what these fine folks are doing as they go. Jason Wiley leads out front. Drivers coming in. Kenny Reel came in, took a little bit of fuel. I think a lot of the drivers just came in and took fuel. Some drivers, like Nick Larson, came in and already took tires. And a full service pit stop there. Ohio Dabio will be there as well. So this will come down to maybe that race strategy that we're talking about. If you get a late race caution here, that is can become an issue. We didn't look at what happened to the. Let me go back up here. Hit Dennis. Let's take a look and see what happened to Dennis here. This is what brought out the caution. 48 just gets free on the front straight out of the corner and just right in front of a couple of a driver there. I didn't see who that was, and a couple of drivers having to go around. So Dennis might have, yeah, he did. I think he parked it here. We got a couple of drivers off the lead lap. There is the 62 of Frank Zengen here. He's going to be one driver that is one lap down as they were trying to save fuel. Jason Wiley here in the 13. A little Barbie paint scheme. 88 Margarettsville, having some fun. We know Jason Wiley is Jason B. iRacing on Twitch, and we love to see what he's capable of and enjoy it. We're going to go back to green flag racing here. It'll be about 3 or 4 laps before the competition caution. We'll see if they actually hold that, though, because I know sometimes they don't. It depends, like stages. If you get close to it, maybe that'll happen. We'll see. Jason Wiley out front. Cole Jarrett's going to be in second here, as this will be a couple of lap shootout. Jason Wiley gets a good head start here. Johnny Barker in that third spot came and took fuel. No tires for him. I think he spent a couple extra seconds staying out of the wall. 5-second pit stop for Kenny Reels. Nick Larson tries to close back in. Nick Larson in the Ford, so it goes Ford, Chevy, Ford as Kenny Reel goes to the inside of Johnny Barker here. Kenny Reel in full send mode as lap 44 is ticking away. Greg Drace here in the number 64. Going to be up 2 spots. Biggest move of the race right now. Johnny Barker going back a spot or two as the number 6 goes around. New tires for Johnny Barker is, or not Johnny Barker, for Nick Larson. He's going to be able to just kind of get up to speed here. Caution will be thrown for the caution. Jason Wiley leads him to it. Cole Jarrett's going to be in second. Kenny Reel in third. Nick Larson gets his tires warmed up, should take over the lead here. Johnny Barker will be in fifth. Chris Max will be in sixth, as Dalton Powell and Ohio Dabio pick up seventh and eighth. Greg Drace will be in ninth. John Buell rounds out your top 10. As now those who didn't take tires might actually come in and take them. We'll let them have at it and give an opportunity for you fine folks to see what's going on. If you're out there listening on the Signature Radio channel, I appreciate everybody out there having fun and being a part of it. I'll be right back with you in just a moment. Welcome back, folks. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Again, apologies about the delay there. Had to run up and grab some more to drink. Take a look at what's going on here in the race. Nick Larson comes to pit road on lap 39. He and Ohio Dabio both took tires, and Jeff Barefoot did as well. So a chance to make sure they had tires and fuel. He'll be one of the first takers when it comes to getting back out there. Jason Wiley kept it on 46. He went ahead and took, I don't know if he took right sides the first time, but he had a 9-second pit stop. Chris Max came in and took fuel only in the 121. Fast on the long haul, so we'll see what he does. Cole Jarrett, John Buell, both came in on 46 as well. Cole Jarrett taking right sides and fuel. John Buell did not take tires. He took fuel only. Kenny Reel, full service pit stop. Johnny Barker, Dalton Powell, Greg Drace, all with full service pit stops. George Bulis here, George Bolis here, only taking, I think, right sides there, maybe some fuel, maybe a little extra damage at a 10.87 pit stop. 10.8 second pit stop. Let me correct myself there. Dwayne McMahon coming in. He is just trying to take it easy. Somebody's going to save a set of tires and be just fine when it comes to the end all to be all on all of this. There's the biggest pythons in all of iRacing. High above the stands here. They call him Barney on iRacing. We call him Fred over here, so we call him Fred the Barney Flagman. Just because, why not? Start restart zone. Geico restart zone. Coming up. Green Flag Racing back on the iRacing platform. 802 Cup Series. Giving us some good action here as Nick Larson, Jeff Barefoot will be 1 and 2. Nick Larson, big jump here. And carries about an 0.8 of a second difference here. Now has to go back to work like he did before. And now the drivers who were saving tires before don't have to worry about saving tires because this is going to be about that long green flag run. We're about 90 laps to go in the race, completing lap 50 now and beginning lap 51. Charlotte Motor Speedway is a phenomenal racetrack, and right now they're showing exactly what the drivers are going to be able to do. Caution comes back out as we get rolling. It does look like we might have seen Kenny Reel, Greg Drace having an issue. Kenny Reel, your pole sitter, and the guy who was just trying to have a different race pace. They get all sideways here. Let's see. Whoop. Up into Johnny Barker. Oh. They all pretty much have to. Johnny Barker having to have his car towed around. Well, actually, I don't think he towed. I think his car was just running. Kenny Reel jumping to pits after this comp caution to take a look and see. We'll go to the far chase view here. Kenny Reel on the bottom side, checked up by the 88, comes up. Oh, just barely clips the 6. And then, Greg Drace slams into him. Greg Drace's cockpit view here. Wrecking in front of him. He just has to hold the line. Break. Nope. Not able to hold on to that one. That's unfortunate. Low jump to pit road. Nick Larson's going to be a race leader. Caution comes out for the third time today. 2 for incident, 1 for the comp caution, which happened on 45. And these drivers will pace around. If you like what you're doing, you like what you're seeing, please make sure you reach up, hit that like, follow, subscribe button. Do it all just for yourselves. Do it for these leagues. Make sure that everybody can enjoy themselves. That's exactly what we'd like to see. And it's what it is. All right. Let's bring him up here real quick. I know that he was down there looking at something. He was down there chatting a little bit. Unfortunately, just a little contact there. I know the Infield Care Center is taking good care of you right now for the time being on the reset here. I know you're towing. You got to get that car back out there. You're going to go maybe a lap or two down. just a little contact. It was kind of innocent contact, and then all of a sudden everything goes, you get shot up the racetrack.
Yeah, I didn't expect Cole to be as slow as he was off turn 4 there, and I had a check up for him, and I just came up a little bit coming through the last of the tri-oval and didn't really expect Johnny to be as low as he was, and just made a little bit of contact. And at first I didn't think he was going to come around my nose, and then he did. And when we got up against the wall, I didn't expect no one to be going full throttle and run into my nose and blow my engine there.
Yeah, it happens. It happens to the best of us. It really does. But hey, got an opportunity here. Still a lot of racing left. Maybe an opportunity if you can keep the track going forward. Of course, you'll be able to do it. So that lap down procedure always sucks, but I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, we're gonna get back out there and see if we can make something work.
And you know what? You're going to be on an off cycle, so maybe you might be able to do something fuel wise.
Yep, we're gonna try to pull a rabbit out of the hat here.
I like to hear it, Kenny. Good luck on the restart. Hopefully, we can get you towed back in very quickly here.
Yeah, I got 26 seconds, and I'll be out there.
Love it. All right, put you back down your team. Good luck.
All right, brother.
That's the 24. It's heartbreaking to hear and heartbreaking when it comes to the to see when it comes to these drivers. They get out there and they try their darndest to have a good race, and next thing you know, we're caught up in a caution. And I don't like going and talking to them whenever they seem bummed. But at the end of the day, we just, you kind of have to just make sure that you let them know, hey, you're good. More spots to be gained. He again has a battle for the regular season championship stuff going on here. Again, here's a look at your top 10 in points. Johnny Barker with 4 wins. Kenny Reel sits third in points. You've got Brandon Guerin's going to be out. Jeff Barefoot might be able to make up some points here. But I tell you what, one of the things that you do see out of this is it's still going to be tight. So a top 5 in points still can happen. And never giving up is kind of the big attitude that you want to make sure that you have. He is going to be 2 laps down. Greg Drace is 2 laps down. McMahon on pit road. The 27 of Connor Barker is going to be 3 laps down for the time being. So we'll see kind of where they need to be. You always want to see your featured driver of the race get out there and finish well. You know what I mean? It's just no bueno, man. No bueno for him. All good though. Yeah. Sights and sounds of iRacing here. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, and we're also live on, of course, Signature Radio out there. And if you're out there listening, thank you very much for being out there. I would tell you to like, follow, subscribe, but you're there. We do have an app coming up that we're going to be working on here very soon. The app is going to be inclusive not only to the radio platform for this to be able to happen, but also to the leagues. We're going to try to make it inclusive so that these leagues have a place for points as well. We're going to go at it. Green flag. 55 complete, 56 beginning. Larson, Dabio, Barefoot, that's going to be your top 3. Ohio Dabio out of the corner is going to be good on second. Jeff Barefoot will be right there near the wall. Wiley ahead of him, has to look ahead and see what these drivers are going to be able to do. The 88 of Cole Jarrett there to the bottom. Feather the throttle, get yourself out of the headache. Johnny Barker has a full send kind of moment. He was able to get to pit road, get the car worked on, and now, or get his fast repair, and now you see Jason Wiley and what's happening in front of him. He kind of has to just stay out of the gas here. 9-3 wide in front of him. Johnny Barker trying to send the corner here. Going to be muscling his way around the 121 in front of Chris Max there. And now Johnny Barker with a whole brand new car. Going to go back to work here. Nick Larson out front. Huge lead over the rest of the field. Almost 3/4 of a second. Timing is going to be everything here. Larson, Davio, Lowell. That'll be your top three. Rob Lowell rebounds here. Has himself a better drive line. I think he's figured some things out. Right now, the 88's going to keep the 6 at bay, but the 6, 3.5 back. Going to have himself a top 3 night. Jason Wiley. Anytime anybody has more than double the wins of any other driver, that's when I start rooting against them. That's the way it is. Johnny's the nicest guy in the world, but you got to root against him a little bit, right? Maybe. I don't know. I root for clean racing. That's it. Cole Jarrett, 88, off 3. Jason Buell. And the 47, John Buell. Jason Wiley, that's going to be the drivers looking here. Here comes the 24 of Kenny Reel. He kind of has to send it here. 2 laps down. Needs to get himself in a better situation here. Already taken tires. Kenny Reel went ahead and took the tow and moving there to the outside of the 47. His teammate Jason Wiley in front of him. 47 very close on the exit there, coming up to the 24. 34 on the outside. Highline can be very fast here. We'll see what the 24 is going to be able to do here. Can he get himself in that lucky dog position? Because he's gotten around Dwayne McMahon. So Dwayne is the one he is competing for position next. George Bullis here in 9, but he's in the 8 paint scheme. Here's in the number 8. I don't know why it didn't change. I know they can see it. They said they can see it on iRacing. I cannot, however. He is denied on the broadcast for me today. It's not his fault. Just want to do it. Johnny Barker to 3rd. Nick Larson out front. Rob Lowell in 4th here. Gonna have to really, really watch his race line here and make sure that what he is doing. You see he's tight right there. You see how he has to overcorrect that turn. Runs that 2nd lane. Almost this car, he's trying to run. I don't know if he's trying to run this car like this is like the Kansas line, but this is it's tough to drop into the corner. He is running more of a 2nd lane as the tire's up there near the wall. Brings his engine here, the number 62. Carrying the bottom of the corner. Johnny Barker in 3rd. Jeff Barefoot the 9, working himself a little bit of a race line forward. It's a 24, Kenny Reel, who is your pole sitter, trying to get back to the positive here. Just needs to pass 2 drivers here to be able to be the lucky dog. And right now, he is catching. Oh, caution comes out. Maybe might get an opportunity here. I'm not sure. That's the 47 of John Buell. So George Bullis will be your. George will be your lucky dog. He is backwards. 47 backwards here. Take a look. Oh, actually, I take it back. The 80 of Dwayne McMahon involved in that one. Hold on. Let's see. 47 right there. John Buell, 80. On the high side, Buell, no tires, but did he get free? Hold on. Bar chase. We have to look at this one. Bar chase. 47 out of the corner. Gets free in front of the 80. No, that was 47 getting free. I don't know if he took tires last time or not, but he ended up backwards. Nick Larson, your race leader. Had a good lead there. Not going to be able to I could be able to hold that lead for much longer if Johnny Barker keeps running the laps he is running. Ohio Davio is going to be in 2nd. Drivers coming to pit road. Rob Lowell's going to stay out. Frank's engine's staying out as well. The drivers coming in for fuel here. 64 laps in. It's not quite halfway, but they might be thinking about fuel here. Get a little extra fuel, see what they can do. I do believe George Bullis should be a lucky dog. He should be able to get that free pass. He'll be back on the lead lap as well. Dwayne McMahon gets a little nose contact there. Kenny Reel in an uphill battle right now will just need to keep himself on the positive side of things. Greg Drace is 2 laps down as well. He's the only other driver they're battling right now. That's for position. So 15th and 16th battling. Connor Barker 3 laps down. Buell is on pit road getting the car towed. Dennis Damron out of the race. Rob Lowell is your race leader. That's interesting. That's really interesting. I'm not giving that away. Not giving it. Not giving that away. Good stuff. All right. Oh, I see what you're doing. I see. All right. Frank's going to be your race leader. Rob coming to pit road. That's interesting. I want to give it away. I love the secrets like that. I love strategy. That's one of the best things about this that I love the most. Is these races always end up with a good strategy kind of race. You know what I mean? All right. Light's going to be off next time by. Frank's Engine the second is going to be your race leader. As we enjoy. Frank had a good race last week. I do love his paint scheme. I think his paint scheme is probably my favorite paint scheme. It is the Blues Brothers paint scheme. I wonder if I can. Probably can. Want to be able to do it. All right, folks. I'm going to play what we have going on tomorrow. Going to be a Chop Shop Dirt Series. Top Shop Racing Dirt Series tomorrow night. Frank Zingen is your race leader currently. Folks, look at that Blues Brother paint scheme. Light's going to be off of the pace cars. They come around. And I'm a fan of this car. I really am. Let's see if we can get a low look at this as they come around the back straightaway. I've got the drone camera up, folks. That's what we're doing. Look at that. Blues Brothers on a mission from God. The great movie. The Belushi family. Dan Aykroyd. Man, oh man. National Lampoon's Vacation. Vegas Vacation. Probably another classic movie that you see. Wally World, you gotta love that. Remember that old green? That green station wagon was quite popular throughout the U.S. after that too. That's what's funny. All right, start restart zone. Green flag. Rob Lowell looking good right now as the 21 digs in the corner. Kenny Real looking for that lucky dog spot. Dwayne McMahon back here. He went ahead and came to pit road on lap 65. Got some damage repaired. He should be fine. He doesn't look like he took that much damage. And that's an opportunity for him to be able to take. Oh, Zingen into the wall here. I'm talking good things about you. Don't hit the wall. Nick Larson. And a full send count of mode 13. Diggs into the corner. Fuel for a lot of the drivers. Johnny Barker to third as Jason Wiley just holds on. Alton Powell into 34. It's going to be in fifth. Powell up 7 as the double deuce Roadhouse 34 gets around a 13. So Chevy goes Chevy, 2 Fords and a Chevy as Frank tries to hold on. He's got that right side damage. He should be fine. He's just getting tight in the corner. You see that second lane where he's running. Nick Larson digging out of the corner here. This has got Johnny Barker all over the back bumper. Larson, Barker, Powell. Jeff Barefoot gets around. He's going to be in a Ford here as well. It's the 13 of Jason Wiley goes up the top. Ohio Davio comes in. He might be on his last set. I think he took tires the first time. If I'm not mistaken, we'll see. I'd wondered if anybody was going to be trying to make a tire pit stop that was just going to work for themselves. You know what I mean? Zingen, Larson, and Barker, it's going to be your top 3. Frank in a Chevy, 2683 on the high side here. 2683 on his I rating. He's going to go back to second. He's going to battle back here, though, as he runs the higher race line, 82 into the second lane. 82 to drop in the corner. 62 right alongside. It's going to push high, though, as the low line is the dominant line around Charlotte. To try to run the higher side. Rob Lowell doing just that. Has yet to wear his tires near what you'd think. Johnny Barker goes to second as the 34 tries to pick up some spots. Frank leading some laps here, doing a decent job. 2683 again on his IR rating. Started below the 2,500 mark. Digging out 13 of Jason Wiley. Going to be an 8th. Chris Max rolling. Kenny Reel trying to rebound here. Gets himself around a bunch of drivers. Just needs to be able to be that lucky dog. John Buell back here in the 47. Having a rebound as well. He came to pit road on 64. Finds himself a couple laps down. Drace is going to be right there in that same mix. He's tracking down John Buell and Kenny Reel themselves. Connor Barker off pit road, or off the racing line there for a moment. He touched the grass. That's the 88 to the outside. 88 is Cole Jarrett. He's going to be in 11th. Right now, Justin Mullins not far off. Rudy Caton trying to close down as well. That's the 27 of Connor Barker, who was fast early. Now has his car back on the racetrack. Is faster than the drivers in front of him. Wants to get around. Could be side by side with the 47. Backside. You see how the 47's running the 27. Tight down there. He runs him down to the bottom of the racetrack. That's uncalled for. 27 was faster there, and the 47 of John Buell on corner exit kind of doors him a little bit. 27 is holding his line. Hunter Barker's a lap down from him and is faster on the bottom side. Buell, see if he does it again here. 17 is the car he's got in front of him. That's Justin Mullins up 9 from the start of the race. 27 in tow. Connor Barker to the bottom side. Side by side with the 17. Connor doing a really good job of trying to, now it's going to be tight. 17 is going to be there. 27 backside of the corner here. Connor trying to run with the 17. 17 drops in front of the 27. Now all that momentum the 27 has lost goes down to the bottom side of the 17. Connor makes a smart pass there. He's doing a great job. John Buell here in the 47, 22:03 on the I rating. A lap down, or 2 laps down, trying to track down Kenny Reel. Kenny Reel, pole sitter, trying to get around some of the drivers in front of him. There's the 62 of Frank Zingen, who's back to 5th now as the 42 gives him a bump. 42 to the bottom side. 24 trying to make passes here, of course. Got a rebound from that crash that happened earlier. His car, Connor Barker off the race line. Down to the bottom. Something happened. Caution comes out. Take a look here. John Buell up on the high side. 27 goes to pass low. Barker loose. Doors the 27 again. I wonder if that was what happened before whenever they made door contact. Maybe Buell was just a little bit loose and got him in. Now Connor Barker only had a black flag cleared because he was wrecked into pit road. I want to back up here and see where this goes. 47 run on the high side there. Far Chase is going to be the race line here. Watch the 47. Comes the second lane. 27 on the bottom side, doing exactly what he needs to. 47 tied off the corner. 47 just comes down and gets into the 27 there. And oh man. Chris, thank you for the like, sir. Appreciate you. Not hearing the alerts go off. Thank you, Mr. Roberts. Hopefully you're having a great day. I don't have any Canadians out here, do I? Sure don't. Man, oh man.
Music, content creation, and gaming news. You're listening to Signature Radio.
Well, promo action there. Thank you to everybody out there. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. My name's Jason with Signature Esports. And occasionally, folks, on a timer, you're going to hear that Signature Radio thing. And it is if I am not speaking. So, apologies about that. On the live stream platform, they're only supposed to hear it on the radio side of things. So, but that didn't work. What is the deal? Still a lot to figure out here to be able to live stream to our Facebook platforms and or to our gaming community, and to be able to simulcast that onto the radio station. It's interesting. It's very interesting. Know what I mean? So how about them apples? How about them apples? I'm hearing a double in everything I'm doing. Right, not two though. All right. Does look like that Dwayne McMahon was able to get himself back to pit road, so Kenny Reel will be the next eligible lucky dog. So he went ahead and came to pit road. I think he came to pit road. That looks like he came to pit road. That's what that looks like right there. But I think he was just cooling off the tires to the bottom of the racetrack, which is not something that's not unheard of. Rob Lowell's going to be your race leader right now. Came out on 66, took tires then. Eddie Barker's going to be in second, Nick Larson in third. Rob ran that entire front stint on the same set of tires. That's what happened. That's what I was laughing about. He sent me some messages and he showed me his laps or his wear. He sent me a picture of it through Discord. It was pretty impressive. Right sides were 92 or better. Meaning the wear was 92% or better. They say you have to have a whole lot of cojones to be able to run that kind of strategy. Well, I think that's some cojones. Vegas Vacation, Johnny Barker, Nick Larson, Dalton Powell. Going to be your top four on the restart here. I do believe Johnny Barker is going to be on the inside. Rob Lowell elects the high side of the restart here. Dark Horizon Fishing giving you your cautions today. Fourth caution of today's race. 3 for incident, 1 for the competition caution happened on lap 45. We are about to complete lap 82, I believe 83. And it's been a good race. It's had its fair share of, I don't know, not weirdness, but like, I don't know how to describe it. Fuel on pit road, Connor Barker on pit road as well. These drivers getting tows and getting their damage worked on. Did a stand run out of the race. So Connor Barker was trying to rebound from his earlier stuff. Now in the under fire stuff. He was rebounding. He was fast. And he was in the right situations. He was doing the right things. Some contact there. John was trying to do the same thing. Not blaming John, just trying to call what I saw there in that situation. Rob Lowell, Johnny Barker 1-2. Nick Larson's going to be in third here. Larson in forwards for the top three. Teammates rolling. Dalton Powell to the outside as the 34 goes to work. 9 positions gained. Johnny Barker, your biggest mover of the race, is going to be up 12. Chris Max is going to be in fifth here as the 121 holds the bottom line. Ohio Davio is going to be working as well. He is a great run all race long. As it's tight in the corner, you see him push up a little bit. It did force the 121 to run up higher. Frank's engine here, keeping a lap 80, tires and fuel for that car. He is literally on a mission from God to get himself rolling forward. Actually, I think he took fuel only. I don't think he took tires. It doesn't look like that. Maybe he did take tires. Right now, a lot of the drivers still trying to get this thing rolling forward. 86 underway as we go to 140 here. 17 crosses over to 30. Arabia Caton has his hands full. That driver, 62 bounces it off the bottom. You don't want to do that. That'll cause you to spin out on corner exit. 88 to the bottom side. 88 of Cole Jarrett going around. 87 underway. Rob Lowell's your race leader. 0.3 of a second difference between he and Johnny Barker. As tires, straight talk. It's not the Napa know-how. Right now, tires are the big factor here. Who's going to have that extra set at the end of this race? Just a moment just ran his fastest lap of the race, 30.28, figuring some things out as they continue to go. Fastest lap of the race has been run. It's been by Connor Barker. It's a 30.12, and he's going to be out of the race. John Buell getting the car worked on. Greg Drace is going to be in that second to last spot when it comes to getting that lap down, that momentum. Connor Barker might actually be back on pit road. I think he was just sitting there. I don't know. Maybe he's watching. It's not showing him out yet. Still showing him on pit road. He might still be towing. Rob Lowell, Dalton Powell, Johnny Barker is going to be your top three. Chris Max is going to be in that fourth spot. 17 all the way down to the bottom. The off track. He runs the race line all the way down to the grass. Those tires are going to be very slick now. See that bottom race, those tires hooking the bottom side of the racetrack, that slows you down, it drags you down. You can hook the bottom of the racetrack by putting your tires right near that area. But the moment you drop below it is the moment that racing surface becomes uneven and lets the airflow get underneath the car. And when it does, you get underneath he's driving the grass. He is not even on the racetrack. Mullins, I don't know if he's having issues here. I kind of want to take a look at the cockpit view here. It seems he's very free right now. He's got to get the tires cool off. He's got to keep them off the grass. He's running all the way to the bottom of the racetrack. Needs to come out free. Grass. More on the grass. He's driving straight into the corner. Any reel behind. The 30. Keeping our eyes on him. He's the driver spotlight, a driver. Talking with his teammate, Jason Wiley, who's sitting inside the top 10 off 3 from the start of the race. Right on board with our driver. As we'll see what he sees. Right there in the middle of your view. Kenny Real taking his time. He's right behind the 10th place car. Would need a caution to get one of his laps back. Two, to get to see it work. He'll go to the inside of the 30. You'll see him working on it here as the drivers get up to pace. Here's a look at the bigger look at what's going on with the driver. He gets down to the bottom side of the race line. Lowell, Max Zingen's your top three. Jarrett's going to be in fourth. You see here the drivers shifting. There's the 42 in front of him. It's the 42 of Ohio Dabio, who's been pretty much clutch all race long. As you see, Dwayne McMahon back here. He's last driver on the lead lap. Any real, if he is going to be anything about this, he's going to have to get himself back to the corner here. Be real to the outside of the 42. 42 on the bottom side. 24 can make it past here. There is the 6 of Johnny Barker, who might have a different game plan here. 24 goes around the 42. Barker's in 8th, up 6. Well, Jarrett going to 3rd here. He's there to the bottom side of the 121. Bit of an overhead look here on the TV2 cams on the iRacing platform. Do love this this kind of racing structure. 121 try to battle back here. Rob Lowell out front. Frank Zingen in second. Now, Johnny Barker was in that second spot. Now drops back to 8. Still up 6. Biggest move of the race, tied between 10th, 11th, and 12th. They're all up 7. Now Justin Mullins goes to the bottom. You find George Bolus going back, driving the Napa paint scheme. Kenny Real trying to roll as well. Dwayne McMahon behind. The 9 of Jeff Barefoot. Kenny Real trying to work his way around some of these drivers. Ahead of him is going to be the 82 of Nick Larson. Larson side by side with Dalton Powell. Ford leads. Rob Lowell leading here. Frank Zingen is going to be in second. He is catching Rob Lowell as Frank came in on 80. Quick tires and fuel. Running a little bit faster than the 21 right now. As the 62 ready to go. Old Jarrett's going to be in third. We believe they still have to come to pit road for a pit stop. Actually, all the drivers should still have to come to pit road for at least one green flag pit stop. And somebody's going to be saving that until the very end. There's Jason Wiley, who came out on 80. Quick tires and fuel. Does have Chris Max behind him. This is your top 5 as we dig out. Rob Lowell leading here. A 10th back is Frank Zingen. Frank might just ride here. Some extra tires. I want to extend my lead, but do I just ride for a moment? Does have Cole Jarrett behind him. Jarrett finally picking up his pace. His fastest lap, though, only a 30.37. But he may try to go to the outside. Rear view mirror look. Overhead look. Jarrett, Rob Lowell. And then the Blues Brothers sandwich. Look at the drive line here. This is a big momentum gainer right here. That second inside lane for the 88. Huge momentum killer right there over the 62. They'll be side by side. 62 battle back on the outside. Right now, Rob Lowell defending his position there. Watch the drive-in, 21. You see the 88 get tight. That's the race line you want to avoid. You don't want to push up and diamond the racetrack. And that's exactly what happened there. They try to go back to work. There's the 8, who is going to be 2 laps down now. Kenny Reel. Bolus is 2 laps down. Kenny Reel 2 laps down. Bolus came to pit road. He spent his green flag pit stop on 99. Might be just trying to make it on fuel here. He's going to find himself 2 laps down as Frank Zingen becomes your race leader. Rob Lowell back to second. Makes the pass on the outside. It's hard to defend 2 drivers. Rob Lowell way up the race line here. Now going back to his other strategy he had before. George Bolus trying to close back down that pace. And now Kenny Reel does not want to see his night come to an end. Johnny Barker to pit road for the final time. 104. We're about 36 laps to go in today's race. 36 this next time by. 104 being completed. 21 up the race line. Rob Lowe's got to be careful. Dirty Air pushing him up the race line. Be careful on the exit. 88 to try to get around. Frank Zingen coming around. He still has to come to pit road. He'll be in on somewhere around the mark on the 40 mark. It's maybe around 120 if this thing goes green. 60% fuel in the cars. They can run at 1.5 miles, roughly about 65 to 68 laps. That's what I've seen in the nighttime for the most part. I've seen drivers clutch it and make it 70. So 60% fuel, or 60% of that, it's about about 5 or 7 laps over the halfway mark. So between 35 and 40 laps is what we've seen the drivers be able to complete. But we'll see, because it depends on your throttle control, depends on how much you're saving, it depends on what you need to do. And they were talking about it earlier, being just a little shy of 40 laps, 45 laps for the competition caution. So 40 is the best mark of all. Folks, we're live on Signature Radio. There's going to be a link coming very soon, and an app coming very soon for not only us but the drivers out there. If you want to be a part of that content creation, get a hold of me. Love to see what you find folks want out of it. Ooh, 88 on the wall there, a little tap. But he is going to drop down to the bottom. This is the momentum that he gets. If you can do that at Charlotte, you can back up the corner and have basically the accelerating exit. That's how you can make passes later on the run. 21, Diamond's the corner. Watch the 88 get a run here. It's going to have a run off the corner. 21's not going to be able to battle this one, but it's about the entrance of the next corner. He's going to have to clear him very quickly here and drop in the corner and make that push. It's going to be cleared now. Rob Lowe way on the high side. That's the pass he was trying to make earlier as Cole Jarrett goes to work. Rob Lowell back to the bottom side. They both run about 1.8 back. Thompson Racing, thank you for the like. I appreciate you. Caution comes out. Justin Mullins involved, and not something that you wanted to see for Kenny Reel in about half of the field. Justin Mullins involved. Let's take a look. 17 out of the corner. 3 hits the grass. Oh, man. Corner exit out of 4 has been the Achilles heel for Justin Mullins. And man, oh, man. Caution again. We're under caution for, I think, the 6th or 7th time. And some driver's going to come to pit road. If I am Kenny Reel, I'm not coming to pit road yet. I am staying out and I'm getting a lap back. There's going to be another caution. That's exactly what's happening. 82 or the 60. That's Justin. He got plowed into. What happened to your race leader? That's Frank Zingen here. Coming to pit road. I think he was waiting for the pace car. What happened? Did he pass the pace car? Oh yeah, he didn't let the pace car catch back up. The pace car's way back here. That's going to be back where Rob Lowell is. The pace car gets there and slows down. There's the 88, old Jarrett here. You have to catch up, let the pace car by. Pace car passes him. Frank was up near the wall here, I believe, just tries to goose it down. Tries to, oh, yep, just gets himself free. It happens. Let's do the best of us. Everybody came out of 10. Kenny Real is going to stay out, get one of his laps back here. If he can do that, that'll put him one lap down. Barker back here, believe, is waiting for a lap as well. Dalton Powell waiting for a lap. Arabia Caton's going to be up here in front of the 24. He's waiting for a lap. Kenny Real right there. So that would put him as the lucky dog. Bolus is on pit road. Greg Race on pit road. Mullins, Buell, and Connor Barker, I believe, is going to be out of the race now. Wayne McMahon in. Going to take some more fuel, I do believe. We'll see what he does. Getting some more damage repaired, possibly. Dan, thank you very much for the like. Appreciate you. Legendary Racing. Legendary Racing. Oh, you know what I could have been doing? Could have been putting that. It's could have put the link for our radio in the chat already. Could have done that for you folks. Do apologize about that. So it's a listen live link. And it's just that. Just click play and you can listen to what we're doing. That'll be forever there. Chats weren't loading. Let's take a look. Green. Are we going green? Yeah, we are. I think we're going to go back to double file. Let's take a look. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the likes, folks. I appreciate you. If that works. Could have went to Twitch. Go to Twitch. Maybe go to Facebook. Looking at that. Back on YouTube again. Good. Nice. I'm just going to remove the first one. And I'm going to. Oh, now. All right. More likes. Thank you very much. One more likes. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, folks. That one. Green flag. We're back at it. About 28 laps to go. 25 laps to go. 20. I promise today, folks, I'm truly listening. Rob Lowell out front, Jason Wiley in second. Kenny Real to pit road now. I believe is taking the pit stop for himself, if he was just trying to make it on fuel. But I was thinking maybe a caution's going to save him here, as they ran their sixth caution. We'll see. Real's going to be 2 laps down. Oop, something happening. Something happened to the stream, folks. Oh, something happened to me. Yeah. All right, we're back. We're back. Something's working. I don't know what happened. We had a bad fluctuation there. The thingamajigger just did something weird. I don't know what that was. It's all good. Everything's fine. Question mark. We had a fluctuation there. And everything blinked for me. I don't know what that was. Riptide Radio is giving you 25 laps to go. Riptide Radio, your sounds of the North Myrtle Beach area. Go check them out. I encourage you to go. They have a link out there pretty much anywhere. Nick Larson trying to get back to the front here. So is Frank Zingen as he drives well. Rob Lowe is your race leader. Give it a 109. Took his last set of tires. Jason Wiley's going to be in second, as will be 24 laps to go this next time by. Jarrett in the 88 rolling very nicely here is Rob Lowell trying to get a win in his series. 62 to the bottom side. Zingen rolling the corner. Nick Larson holds on to fifth. Tries to get around the 62 of Frank Zingen. Frank is trying to utilize that high line right now. Johnny Barker trying to full send here. It's been one of the greatest tracks for Barker. Kind of stole one away from trying to get himself into position here. He's got the talent, got the wins. A lot of drivers who love Charlotte. Right now, the 141 going to be that driver to take that spot away. It's going to have to really do something different to get around the 6. The 6 rolling the bottom side. There goes the 141. Drops the tires below. 62 up on the high side here. Trying to get around the 82. 22 laps to go. Nick Larson here. Giving up the bottom of the racetrack. See the 4s holding on. Right now, the 62 to the high side. Full set and hell-bent, so to speak. He clears the 82. Nick Larson goes back another spot off 3. Bob Lowell, still your race leader. Over second to he and Jason Wiley. Wiley, you get a little 3 spot. Driving the Knuff Barbie Mobile. 2 Fords out front. Cole Jarrett's going to be in third. To make sure that our live streams are still capturing there. I do think the control panel is off. Don't see Kenny Reel back out there again. Thank you, folks. I appreciate you. Yeah, we had a little glitch there for a moment. Thank you to the fine folks out there everywhere. I appreciate you very much. Thank you to all the fine folks listening out there on the Signature Radio Station. We're going to be changing it over to rock. It's going to be rock, classic rock, and all the gaming music you can stand. Which is what I like to do, because I'm a classic rock guy. That's what I am. Some of my favorite stations growing up were all classic rock stations. I'm a huge fan. So that's what we're going to be doing with a radio station. Right now, it's kind of playing all the copyright-free music you could muster, because I wanted to make sure that I had all the licensing in place the way it's supposed to be. Want to do things legally. Legal Beaver. Frank Zingen in 4, trying to play catch-up. Last lap, about 2/10 of a second faster than the 3 drivers in front of him. Nick Larson in tow. Johnny Barker's going to be in 6th. Chris Max gives up a little bit of time here, maybe trying to recollect and go back at it again. Buell and Arabia Caton on pit road action. Buell coming off pit road now in 17th. Kenny Reel out of the race. Justin Mullins is going to be in 15th. Rich Racing in 14th. The shame Kenny left the race. He was doing a great job. I thought he had a great strategy there, staying out, because you never know what's going to happen towards the end of this one. And it was for me, it was a great strategy. I don't know, maybe he had something happen, something going on, but it was a great strategy. I would have stayed out in that situation. I would have stayed out, got my lap back, and then, about 15 laps to go based on the strategy that they had. By 15 laps to go is when I would come to pit road and pit the bullet on it. There wasn't a caution that comes out prior to that. So you never know. You never know what's going to happen. Rob Lowell All within a quarter second to Ford's lead over two Chevys. Cole Jarrett in third at 1.4 back. 82 of Nick Larson trying to play again. Play up some of that time. 62 holding on, 16 laps to go. This lap time right there in par with catching the three drivers in front of him. About 8/100ths of a second difference. We'll go to Cole Jarrett's last 5 lap times. It'll show this time as well. His engine 122 and 123 lost a little time. This time by Cole Jarrett only edges him by about 75/1000th of a second. So that's crazy to think. Rob Lowell to Jason Wiley, they keep duking it out on who has the fastest lap each race. Right now, Wiley is catching. Wiley might actually have a good shot here. Paint schemes are movie night paint schemes, folks. I took some movies out there, made paint schemes out of them, and there they are. These cars are aero tight, very tough to pass. Jason Wiley to the driver behind him. Jarrett closing in just a little bit that time. I think Wiley is settling right now. Has the pace to get around. Here's the relative gap that you see. Both of the drivers up a couple of spots. Biggest mover of the race is still Johnny Barker. He's outside the top 5. Just outside the top 5. 2.2 is the distance between he and the 82. Chris Max right behind. 4/10 of a second difference. Is going to be able to try to drive around Johnny Barker here. He's been doing well to keep himself into the mix here, into the tone. Barker, who's in 5th, doing just that. Ohio Davio trying to play catch up to Jeff Barefoot here. Dwayne McMahon up inside the top 10 again. Good old Dwayne. We love seeing Dwayne get out there and succeed. And he's doing decent. Doing very decent. Jeff Barefoot inside the top 10 off 3, trying to play catch up as well. No tires for the driver on the last pit stop. Fuel only. There's a 64. Greg Drace to the bottom side. Greg, part of the Sim Racing Podcast, folks. We'd love to see what he's doing. If you haven't tuned into what he has been tuning in. If you haven't tuned in to his podcast, he does it live on Twitch, and he does get out there and review what's been happening throughout the races, and we'd love to see that. DTL Customs is going to be a design group that helps out with this league. We'd love to see it. And then, of course, Riptide Radio, giving you all the sounds that you could ever ask for this series. Not just that, but all the sounds that you see out there in the... what was that? All the sounds of the North Myrtle Beach area. What fun. Frank, number 62. Oh, no, Frank. Hold on to it. Nick Larson rebounded. Chris Max blinks out for me. Dalton Powell closing in. Wayne McMahon at the number 80. Rolling. Chris Max. Did he blink out? Oh, no, he's back. There he is. He's in the wall. 17 went around. That's going to be Justin Mullins, who's had some issues here. Behind the 6. Mullins to the bottom side. 11:54 the I rating for Justin Mullins. Holds the bottom side. He's running the very bottom of the racetrack on exit as well. It makes me wonder if he's running like an 8-1 and then burning his tires off. Mullins is going to let him go. Not a bad idea. Old Jarrett to Jason Wiley. Battle for second. 7 laps to go. Wiley battling back. Chevy to second. There's Ford, Chevy, Ford. Chevy, Ford. And Chris Max trying to play catch back up to Johnny Barker here as you see a different pace running. Wayne McMahon in ninth, coming around 2 here. On to the back straightaway, looking at Dalton Powell. Save it a little bit here, maybe? I'm not quite sure. We'll see. Rob Lowell with long run race pace. Full second the distance now between he and the 88. Jason Wiley back to third. 6 laps to go. Turn 3 to Jason Wiley. Wiley is doing a fantastic job. A little bang up job for him here. 5 to go. Rob Lowell ready to send it. One of the second lane. Low line exit. That's the line that you back your corner up with, folks. I'm telling you, that is a great line. The driver who runs that higher line might get a run on the back straightaway, but it sets you up for that turn 3 and turn 4 so well. Well, Jarrett's going to close in a little bit here. Dirty air in front of Rob Lowell. Well, Jarrett has a better 3 and 4. 1 and 2, Rob has got. Watch the low exit here. This is backing up your corner and having a great exit. That's a great exit. But Cole Jarrett here on 3 and 4 enters in high, drops in low, the same way that you would on 1 and 2. If Lowell could enter and exit 1 and 2 the same way that he does 3 and 4, he'd have the laps right now for backing up his corner. There's the 42 of Ohio Dabio. Oh, Ohio! Wow! Rob Lowell was coming around there. You got to back up a little bit. We're 3 laps to go. Cole Jarrett might actually have a chance to win this one. Our chase real quick, because bear with me. 21 with a head of steam here. A little bump. Wow. 3/4 of a second, 2 laps to go. Rob Lowell about to be under fire from Cole Jarrett. Rob with some right front nose damage. That'll slow that car. It's going to make that right front a parachute. Cole Jarrett, 3/4 second. Rob just needs to hold on. Run the fastest laps he can right now. White flag waves. Final lap here for the 802 Cup Series. Drivers holding on for everything they've got. Cole Jarrett digging out of it. And he will come around and take it. Rob Lowell with his first win on the series, first win on the season. Cole Jarrett's going to be second. Jason Wiley will finish third. And Johnny Barker and Dalton Powell will be side by side. They had it for a moment. Dalton Powell will finish, or Johnny Barker will finish in 6th. Dalton will finish in 7th. And Rob Lowell, no longer a mystery. Blinked out. Don't blink. Knocking it out of the park. From Benson, Vermont. Is he blinking? Don't blink. Dang it, Rob. Don't blink. Love you, buddy. Back it down. Burn it down. He's waiting for everybody. I'm trying to make sure everybody's finishing here. You know what I mean? I would say. Dig. Rob Lowell gets your victory here today. Here is a look at your race results. As Rob Lowell knocks it out of the park, has the long run race strategy. Week 6 at Charlotte is that's week 7. I don't know why that says week 6 again. Hold on, folks. Hold on. I don't know. We'll fix it later. We'll fix it next week. I'll count it out. Lowell, Jarrett, Wiley, Larson, Zingen's going to be your top 5. Zingen is going to be your top 5. Sorry about that. Barker and Powell's going to be your 6th and 7th place finisher. Max McMahon at Barefoot to be your top 10. Dabio, Caton, Bolus will be there in The next three, Bolus in 13th, 2 laps down. Mullins, Drace, Real, Fuel, and Barker will be the 18 drivers there. One more driver back there at the end of that one. It was Dennis Damron. Had issues early. It's unfortunate for him. A great race nonetheless. Whoop, let's go back here. Let's get rid of this. Let's talk to the man. Rob Lowell's going to be your race winner today, and you sent me that picture earlier, and I was like, he's got some things planned. He's got some things that are going to they might work. But you had long run race pace today. That looked like it was going to be tough to do earlier on with a few cautions in there with the different strategies. But tell you what, man, once you got the lead, you didn't look back.
No, I had a plan, and it almost went out the window when I realized guys were trying to make it to the end, make it to the comp on fuel. And then it played in my hand, right? Some of them guys that did, some didn't. The caution comes out, and end up going in, topping off. Then I could stay out on old tires. I can't remember when I took my first set, but I was not the only guy. Yeah, I wasn't the only guy. I think Frank went like one caution after me, and I wanted to, but I was nervous that I said, man, if I do this, if I stay out and it goes green, we're sunk. So I said, well, I got to get tires here and save a little bit on the front half. And if we get a caution and those guys go in and get their first set, I could just gap manage till they get to me. And that's what I did, right? So
right.
I saw Frank go in and get his tires, and I just watched the gap. And I air blocked him as much as I could. Like, I didn't throw blocks at him, but I just put my car in front of his car, so he lost the nose a bunch of time. He was right front up, and then it was time to let him go. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let him go here, and I just had my plan was just keep a gap on him, and then I was gonna pit, and because then we had more fuel than me, I was gonna pit, and I was gonna go easy early, and try to make up a little bit there, and then race him at the end. But the caution came out at the right time. I had like 3 laps left, and we all came in together. It was equal from there. I beat him out, and I knew if I came out with the lead, they were going to have to work their ass off to get away from me, because when I want to be fast on short runs, I can be blistering fast. Out there at the end. I got out on Jason, and I just, if you watch, I changed my line on the gap, right? So I saved as much as I could, and when he caught me, I'd go hard 3-4 laps, go a little cushion up, then I'd go back to saving tires. And so then when Cole and Frank got by him, I had tires left to really make the run at the end.
Looked like it was a ton of fun. Barker Racing, give us a follow out there on Twitch. Thank you very much. TJ, thank you for like, man. Appreciate you. It was a ton of fun, Rob. It was a good race. It was good to watch. A couple of cautions, a couple of things happening. But for the most part, it was a good looking race today. Charlotte worked out this way.
One of the worst track.
Oh, and well, hey, you know what? You said that earlier, and I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, he comes out and wins the dang thing. That's that's what happens.
It is. I am dog shit here, and usually Johnny is too. And we both had a chance at it. I got it, and I think Johnny was what 5th or 6th there. And
Johnny didn't have the night he was going to have. That was
unfortunate. Yeah, I was on the road 3 days race this week. I got home at 5 a.m. Thursday morning. Practice maybe half an hour Thursday night, and practice race on Friday night. And other than that, I've been playing Tarkov. It's wipe week, so maybe I need to take some time off in the sim during the week and just go up and race on Sundays.
Sometimes it clears your mind. Rob, give you shout outs, man. Kansas next week. It's going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah, I want to thank obviously you, Jason, and Future eSports. I want to thank Riptide Radio, sponsoring the series and sponsoring our random driver award. A random driver between 6th and last. They do a random number draw, and that person gets $5 iRacing credit. Big shout out to BG Graphics. They sponsor the Pole Award each week. I think this week it was Kenny Real. And then shout out to Race the Sim Podcast, Greg Grace. He does podcasts every week on our series and a couple others. Huge for building our league and getting it out there. Detailed Customs does all our posters. It does like the Wolfpack paint schemes. Dave Malaga. And I want to thank my race, my sponsor, my car, G Snowball. Here in Vermont. Also the race team I worked on during the week. So great race. Where are we going next? Oh, right.
Kansas, you're going to my track.
Oh yeah, that's
my
yeah,
hometown.
I won a couple there. I'm looking forward to Kansas. High wide Kansas.
High line flying Kansas. That's what we talk about.
Yep.
All right, Rob, be good, man. Be safe. And
See you next.
it's going to be fun.
Hopefully I talk to you next week.
I hope so, because it's my track. You know,
Yeah.
it'd be great to see everybody.
You find a substitute broadcaster you can hop in and race with us?
I'm still working on it.
Okay.
Still working on it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with adding the radio station and all that stuff. It's a lot to ask somebody to be like, all right, I need you on 5 platforms. Can you do it? So, all right, man. All right, we'll see. I'll talk to you here in a little bit.
Have a good night.
All right, that's Rob Lowell. He's going to be your race winner today, doing a great job. Let's talk to your P2 finisher. It's going to be Cole Jarrett. Cole did a great job of picking him off and laying him down. Better 3 and 4 than Rob toward the end there, but 1 and 2 he was just snapping it towards you, and then he got into the wall a little bit. And I was like, oh, Cole has a really good shot of taking this one away. A few more laps, I think he might have.
Yeah, I needed about 3 more laps towards the end. I just gave her the beans and put her on the bottom and tried to hold on, let the apron turn the car.
We watched a lot of drivers do that, and that's the big thing about Charlotte. The white and blue line at the bottom, if you can get your tire to the right side of the blue, right there on that white portion of it, you're going to be able to hook the car around and have a great exit. And for the most part, you can do some decent tire saving while doing that. But the moment you bounce it off the bottom, that's the moment that the egg shape happens, and where a lot of tires, the right front and right rear kind of get, or the right front and left rear kind of get destroyed.
Yeah, you just got to hold a smooth wheel with it. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of this 2-tire long races. I feel like it makes the first half really boring, and then everybody kind of saves up towards the end. So, but we'll see how it plays out the rest of the year.
I don't know, man. They've had good races so far with that track. Normally, I'm like, you know what? Give them just enough tires to hang themselves, so to be, quote unquote. You know what I mean? And let it go all out. Somebody's going to save a set of tires. Somebody's going to try to push the boundary with the tire sets. But it is enough to make the pit stops. You know, take a set each pit stop that you are required. But here lately, we've been watching the pit stops kind of vary with the cautions.
Yeah, it all just depends on when the caution flag flies. It kind of messed our strategy up a little bit, but you got to think on the spur of the moment. But as far as strategy wise, I about got Rob figured out. So
it's not a bad idea, because he's been good. He's been really good lately, and now he finally has this win under his belt. He might be able to do something different. But we go to Kansas next week, and that one is it's a second win. Sorry, it's the second win of the season. But we go to Kansas next week, and Kansas is a whole different ball of wax.
yeah, last season it was a pretty good race. I'm hoping I can make it. We got the race car to work on this week, and we're running Friday night. I think might run Saturday night too. We'll see how it goes, but probably won't be no practice, kind of like how it was this weekend.
Okay,
we'll just
high line
send her.
second lane, high line second lane. That's fast line around Kansas.
I like to put it on the wall.
Yeah, high line in 1 and 2, maybe not 3 and 4. It's like it's opposite of each other. Kansas is my track. It's my hometown track. So yeah, iRacing has done it some justice. It just depends on the track you're going to and the tire wear that iRacing throws out. And we've got a super speedway next week, and because it's a super speedway, it might actually run the high line. So we'll have to figure that one out. I don't know.
It'd be fun to see what happens. So hopefully I can make it.
I hope so too, because you had a hell of a race today. P2 finished, my man. Give your shout outs. Congrats once again.
Oh yeah, just want to thank the whole Penny Stackers team for everything they do. They do all the testing during the week, so we can all just hold the wheel on the weekend. Justin gave me a good tip in the beginning, and I tried it. Worked really well. So, other than that, the whole Margarettsville crew that watches while I do this video game and all that. So, that's about it.
Dang old video games. Some people are going to get offended. Okay, for those who think it's a simulator, it's a simulator. For those who think it's a video game, it's a video game. It's both, folks. It's both. It's listed in the video game section under the simulation category, okay? Get mad. Don't get your, whatever. Cole, much love, man. We got Kansas next week. I look forward to seeing you if you can get out there, and good luck in the rest of your races this week, man.
All right, thank you.
Always cool. Jarrett's going to be your P2 finisher today. Thinking about taking names. And last but not least, he be iRacing. His name is Jason. It's also Wiley. Buddy, P3 finish today. What's going on, man?
Finally had a good run.
I see it. The Knuff. Tell me about it. That was awesome. I laughed so hard before the stream. I had to get it out of the way. I was like,
it was my
go ahead.
That's my girlfriend's idea. She helped me design the car here yesterday.
From the stripper glitter before. Well, you guys remember I used to talk about stripper glitter and Miller Lite, and that was a night, right?
That's right. I remember what you used to say on the back of your car.
Yep. That's exactly right. Oh, I love it. And it's on the side of yours. It's pretty cool. Tell me about it today, man. You had a top 3 car. I know earlier you kind of early on in the race, it seemed like you were just trying to save a little bit there and kind of keep yourself out of any mess.
Yeah, I was trying to save the last 2 of the tires that we had for the end of the race. So I think I ran 70 some laps on that first set of tires. So I was just trying to save it. When the caution did come out, it kind of saved me because I should have pitted the one before to get tires and I didn't. So that one kind of saved me. I was going to stop under green like another 10 laps to go. So when that caution did come out, it saved my race right there. And then Kenny, my teammate Kenny, he saved me at the end because I was talking to him. I was running 4th before that last caution came out, and I told him, I think I'm gonna try to undercut them and hit the pits before they do, see if I can get out ahead of them a little bit. And it was like lap like 102, 103, something like that. And he was like, stay out the 110 before you pit. I was like, all right, I'll listen to him. And then that caution came out like 108.
Mm-hmm.
That would have caught me a lap down if I would have pitted in. So shout out to Kenny for saving my race right there too.
He poor Kenny.
Yeah, he had a rough one. He was fast too.
He's the pole sitter. He did a phenomenal job. And he stayed out to get his lap back, which is the right move in any of that situation. Stay out, get your lap back, pray for a caution. You know, and you're only 1 lap down. You get the lucky though, you come and get tires, fuel, and then you be competitive, right? He did the right thing the entire time, and just to be 2 laps down when a caution comes out, or to get yourself 2 laps down after some bonehead move that happens and you're involved. It was tough, but you did have a great race. I know your team is awesome. I know you guys are trying to wedge your way forward. He was 3rd in points coming in today's race. You're up there. You're somewhere up there. I had you pulled up here. 2 shakes. There it is. You're sitting 5th, tied for 5th. So this will give you an opportunity to continue to move forward as well over Jeff Barefoot. Brandon missed today's race, so maybe a top 5 in points, solid top 5 in points going forward.
Yeah, it was a good run there. Hopefully in top 5. I know we do get a drop race, so I don't know if Brandon's already missed one race this year. I'm not sure if he has or not. We do get 1 drop race, and I've already had mine. I missed Watkins Glen. I was out of town for that one. But yeah, hopefully just keep plugging away. Get a good top 5 before the season's over with.
I like to hear it, man. I tell you what, Jason, there's always a chance for more wins coming your way. And all you need is just a couple, and your average starts 7th. I mean, your average finishes right about their average for the league, right? 9th. You only lose a couple spots. It's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. I mean, it's the same as Kenny and Brandon and Dwayne. You guys are all right there neck and neck. So it's been a ton of fun to watch, and it's always a pleasure, man. Give you shout outs.
Yeah, man. Glad to see you back, man. Thank you for doing the broadcast too. Shout out to Rob and all the admins for the league, and my boys Kenny and Brandon and Piston Broke Motorsports.
Love it. Check him out. You're still streaming, right?
I haven't streamed for a while. I got to do some work to my computer. It's she's struggling. I need to get a new graphics card.
Oh,
but
I know that feeling.
I'm running 4 monitors on a little 580. So
ooh.
Yeah.
No,
I don't want to put anything else on it.
Yeah, I'm 6 on a 3080, so that's tough for me. Don't even. Ooh, buddy. Yeah, you need somebody send this man a 3060 at minimum right now. They're only like $300. Send him a freaking 3060. And if you want to get a hold of him, Jason B.I. Racing on Twitch. That's his channel. You were the first other Jason that I ever ran across when it came to it. So your channel will always stick with me, man.
Appreciate it.
Always. That's Jason Wiley. Congrats, man. We'll see you next week at Kansas.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Always. That's the legend. He's going to be forever the stripper glitter legend now. I wanted him to hear that before I dropped him at it.
I'll take it.
That's the way it is, brother. We'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks.
Always.
Have a good week.
You too. Jason Wiley coming home in third. Rob Lowell knocking it out of the park again. Nick Larson again fourth. Frank Zengen's going to be in fifth. Folks, do apologize about the cursing. I saw some curse words came across. That reminder that that's not our way. It's not our thing. And we lose monetization that way. So I want to make sure everybody knows that. Remember that if you're on here, make sure that you keep your voices clean. Folks, we love you. We appreciate you. And as always, it's going to be a ton of fun. We'll see you next week, and hopefully it'll be a ton of fun. Thank you for everybody tuning in out there on the radio station. I appreciate you for testing it out with me. And thank you to Riptide Radio for being a part of the 802 Cup Series. Think at iRacing.com. Go to iRacing.com to set up your subscription today. I encourage you to do so. We had a glitch there for a moment where everything kind of dropped out for half a second. So if it did, many apologies for you folks out there that was watching. But again, it is the internet. It does happen every once in a while. These things can happen, and they do happen. But yeah, all good. We'll see you next week. Be good, be safe, be kind to one another. We'll see you in the next one.
Music, content creation, and gaming news. You're listening to Signature Radio.